G'day guys and welcome to Aussie English. My objective here is to teach you guys the English spoken down under. So whether you want to speak like a fair dinkum Aussie or you just want to understand what the flippin' hell we're on about when we're having a yarn, you've come to the right place. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy Aussie English. G'day guys, welcome to this episode of Like a Native. So this is the second episode I think that I've done for this series of Like a Native, and this was for all the kinds of things that I want to talk about on this podcast that aren't necessarily grammatically correct, aren't necessarily really fun and interesting expressions per se as such, but are definitely things that you're going to hear. So they could be the wrong way that some people pronounce certain words in English, in Australian English. They may be the kinds of funny little minute expressions that we use, small expressions like to be up to make it somewhere, all those kinds of small ones that aren't necessarily something interesting or that fun that I can spend an entire expression episode breaking down and explaining, but I wanted to have somewhere else that I could talk to you guys about the kinds of things that natives use all the time when speaking English that you're probably going to hear or that you may want to be able to use yourself. So today's episode, I want to break down the word probably and how the word probably is often pronounced probly, prolly, or probs. So, as I said at the start, these things aren't grammatically correct. They're not correct. You would never write probably as probly, prolly, or probs unless you were on, say, Facebook Messenger or texting someone. And even then, you would probably only write probs. The other two, probly and prolly, would never probably be written. So examples of how this would be used, and I might just go through how you can say each one of these in a sentence. I'll probs be home soon. I'll probably be home soon. I'll probably be home soon. I'll probably be home soon. The cat is probs just outside. The cat is probably just outside. The cat is probably just outside. The cat is probably just outside. He's probs going to be late. He's probably going to be late. He's probably going to be late. He's probably going to be late. So you'll notice that it's just sort of reducing this word. So probs is just a slang term that a lot of English people say instead of saying the entire word probably. And the other two forms, prolly and probly, just when native English speakers speak incredibly quickly, they just miss that little bab in the middle of probably. So it just becomes probly or prolly. And I notice that myself, I say probably quite often where I just drop that bab but still have a B in there. Probably. So that's pretty much all there is to it, guys. I'm going to run you through a quick substitution exercise where I'm going to make you correct the incorrect phrase that I say. So I'm going to use the forms probs, prolly, probly, and I want you to say the sentence with the correct form probably. So for instance, if I were to say, I'll probably be home later, I want you to say after me, I'll probably be home later. So this way you guys get to focus on one, hearing the incorrect, grammatically incorrect forms, probs, prolly, probably. So you get to practice that. And at the same time, you get to practice saying the correct form, probably. So hopefully this helps because I'd rather you practice the correct form than the incorrect form, at least with pronunciation and actively saying these things. So let's do the first one. I'll probably be home later. I'll probably be home later. It's probably going to rain today. It's probably going to rain today. He said he'll probably come home tomorrow. He said he'd probably come home tomorrow. I think I can probs make it to the meeting. I think I can probably make it to the meeting. You're probably going to have a hard time convincing her. You're probably going to have a hard time convincing her. She's probably going to call you on the phone. She's probably going to call you on the phone. We'll probably be late if we don't leave soon. We'll probably be late if we don't leave soon. They've probably been caught in traffic. They've probably been caught in traffic. That's probs enough for today. That's probably enough for today. I'd probably tell you if I knew. I'd probably tell you if I knew. So that's probably enough for today, guys, and you'll see just then that I used the form probably. Don't necessarily practice using probably, prolly, and probs, but be aware that they are said from time to time by native speakers, and probs may be written by native speakers as well when they're on social media like Facebook or they're texting you, but the correct form is always going to be probably. Anyway, until next time, guys, all the best. Thanks for listening to the Aussie English podcast, guys. If you haven't already, please come and join the community on Facebook at www.facebook.com/the Aussie English podcast, where I make daily posts about anything and everything related to Australia. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, then please leave a review on iTunes or Stitcher or whichever platform you're listening to it through, as it'll help the podcast grow. Thanks again, guys, and enjoy your day.